Hey, what is good, everybody? We are back and a big, big win by the Baltimore Ravens in a showdown, AFC North showdown with the Cincinnati Bengals, and it was absolutely nuts. I'll tell you what, the Ravens showed me something today, and I think they showed me exactly what I believed would be the offense, right? The ability to score quick, and then they showed me that we can also slow it down and we can also eat up some clock. And I said earlier today in the pregame show that we would need to do a mixture of both to get this win, and that's exactly what they did. I am extremely proud of how they looked out there. There was some sketchy moments. There's obviously some rust that still needs to be cleared. Um, this offensive line needs to get it together. Musty did as good of a job as you can ask a guy coming off the practice squad to do in a game like this, right? I mean, he's not expected to start. Nobody saw starting potential in him. So for him to come up and have a decent enough game was absolutely amazing. And I'm extremely grateful for the way he played. And big up on Musty and the game he had today. Mark Andrews played well enough. It wasn't what we normally expect from Mark Andrews. But he came in, he made a couple big plays, and I think his the biggest threat he gave us today was being a distraction so that we can spread that ball around the way Lamar did today. Um, 1 second, y'all. We got my co-hosts here in the building. Hold on, let's bring them on up here.
My score was pretty close. I said 28-20.
And I said 31-22, so we were in the ballpark. We were in the ballpark. What was your main takeaways from this game?
We're a 60-40 team. Our balance is 60-40. Our offense is a 60, our defense is a 40. Now, if we could get more
Okay,
consistency out of both of them, we'd be a great team.
I agree. We got Brent in the building.
Oh, man.
What's up, Brent? Miss Yolanda is back in the building. Owe got benched today, and that kind of shocking.
Rich.
But Tavius Robinson played surprisingly well. Got Mrs. Bozell in the building back there. Yeah,
You have to get closer.
I have to get close. Oh, like this.
yeah. He trying to block out the background. He trying to keep you out of there. You see that? He trying to
I
stop your
see.
shine. He trying to stop your shine.
Y'all watching the
Mr.
Cowboys?
J in the building. Oh, you know I'm about to watch the Cowboys. I got Brees Hall in my fantasy for the Jets, so I gotta
Oh,
watch
okay.
it.
Okay, good. Good.
No, he's voting. Brees Hall's on the Jets. He's hoping for the Jets to score.
Oh.
No, I'm hoping for Brees Hall to have a good game. If the Cowboys win, good. But I just want Brees Hall to have a good enough game. I need the points.
You did the point.
Yeah, I need the points. Even though I got a big lead over who I'm facing this week, I still need the points. I'm selfish like that.
That's all right. You have anyone from the Cowboys?
They suck.
Oh my God. Never mind. Never mind.
No, none of us want the Cowboys to succeed over here, huh?
I mean, she's a
Just wanted to
Cowboys
say
fan,
hi
but
to the missus.
I'm just saying if they play my Ravens, they're gonna get mollywopped.
It's not shocking, sir. That's true. If we play the Cowboys, we're gonna beat them pretty bad. Brent got a question for you. He said, "Is she a Cowboys fan?"
Yeah, she is. We're trying to convert her over to the
The,
correct
the
side of
answer
the
is
world.
the answer is unfortunately. See, my lady's a Ravens fan, so we go set in this house.
Well, the Ravens actually, when we both picked our teams, the Ravens weren't even in existence. So
That's understandable.
she's hard headed. She accepts that they suck, but it's still her team. Unfortunately.
Everybody out there is a Cowboys fan, huh? That must be tough.
Oh snap! You
Being a
completed your move.
Ravens fan,
Bro was telling me that he was moving to Mexico. Hey,
yeah.
did that ring pop out yet?
Hey, Britt making big moves.
So I'm trying to move to Texas too. So
Listen, huge game today. I don't think it was as much of a surprise. I think we all expected us to win this game, and Brent responded, say yes, sir, and in April. That's what I'm talking about, Brent. So I think all Ravens fans expected us to win this game, right? But I don't know if it was expected to be. We were expected to win the way we did. Again, I mentioned earlier we needed to score points and we need to be able to score quick. And we showed glimpses of being able to score quick, and we still managed to eat up the clock in other situations. This offense can be very dangerous. Lamar spread the ball. Three different receivers, 5 receptions. So great game by Lamar. Great game by Lamar today. Although he's still showing some struggles with holding on to the ball there, but it's gonna get better.
so apparently Harbaugh said Oweh and Beckham's injuries are not serious.
That's great to hear. But I don't think Owe is hurt. I think Owe got benched. But that is great to hear, though. That is great to hear.
Well, I did tell you that early on when we was talking about it. Oweh always starts off the season, and then like after a couple games in, he gets benched for some reason or another.
Yeah, Burrow to answer Brent real quick. Burrow was hurt uh over in the offseason, in the preseason, and he just isn't fully healthy yet. You can see it. That's why he's hobbling around all the time. He hasn't completely recovered yet. But when he does, I mean, we have to play him again. They have to come to Baltimore. So when we play them again, I'm still looking for the same outcome, no matter what. We'll have Marlowe back by then, so I'm still looking for the same outcome. You know what I mean? Hopefully we'll have Ronnie Stanley back. We'll have Linderbaum back. We'll have Marcus Williams back. Hopefully all those guys will be back by the time we face the Bengals again. So I'm looking for the same outcome, if not a bigger win, to be honest with you. We all had our reservations, and I think it was mostly because of our secondary. But Jadeveon Clowney is constantly putting pressure on other teams' quarterbacks. He is playing very well early this season, and I think better than what a lot of people thought he had in the tank. I think he's stepping up, he's making plays, and he's happy to be in Baltimore, and it fits, and it shows. It shows in his play on the field. He's not giving up. He's not resting on snaps. He's not, he's not going in and playing half mass on some snaps. Pause. But he's giving you his all. And that's the one thing we ask for in Baltimore, right? Come in full of fight and give us your all. And he's doing it. You good? You looking nervous. What's up? It's the fantasy league, ain't it?
Nah, fantasy is not my worry. I was just checking to make sure there wasn't no other crazy things Harbaugh came up with. So far, so good.
Okay. So OBJ, little fact. This is just a little known fact here. A little interesting fact. Odell Beckham Jr.'s last 3 injuries all came against the Bengals. How do you think Odell feels about that? I mean, I know he's dying to get into a game, just go crazy to get payback against them. But he hurts his ankle today. He tore his ACL in the Super Bowl against the Bengals when he played for the Rams. And prior to that, he tore his last ACL when he played for the Browns against the Bengals as well. So last 3 outings against the Bengals.
Were these all at the Bengals stadium?
I don't know if because the Super Bowl wasn't at the Bengals stadium. It just happened to be all against the Bengals. I mean, that's crazy to me. That is just outrageously crazy.
Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate events.
Right? Now that does bring up the question: should we just hold him out when we faced him the second time this year? Should we just say, "Hey, Odell, we know your history with Cincinnati. We gonna have you sit this one out. We don't want to risk you for the long term."
Nah, Odell's gonna be like, nope, we're gonna have to break this curse.
Odell, you're absolutely right. Odell's gonna say, "Nope, I gotta go out here and hand these boys this L. I gotta go out here and ball. I can't allow them to have this type of history over me." And I don't blame them. You know what I mean? I'd want to get out there and ball too. I'd want to get out there and be that guy because he's showing that he still got it. To all those people that question him, he's showing that he still got it. And we even got Devin Duvernay out there making plays. I mean, at least attempted to. He came close.
Aguilar
He came
had
close
that
on a
fade,
number of plays. Aguilar, hold on, listen. Speaking of that fade, beautiful pass by Lamar. Ball placement couldn't be any better than it was. Absolutely amazing. Hey, don't say that, Brett. Please don't say that, Brett. We can't have that juju in the air. But I I want him to be healthy. And I want him to play the full game next time against the Bengals.
Wait, you said in the air? Weren't you the person during the game who said you heard it was an Achilles again?
I got a text message. I got a text message saying it was an Achilles. And I said, I don't think so. I responded to the text saying I didn't think it was an Achilles. I asked the person where they got it from. They said they saw it from somebody else. I told them don't believe it. I told them don't believe it. So I literally went in there. I didn't say it was. I said, hey, I just got a text saying it was. I said, I heard it was. Can one of y'all please confirm that is not true? Because I wanted to make sure it wasn't true. That's why I put the juju out there and say, oh, it's an Achilles. No, I could have been like, oh, it's an Achilles. I didn't do that. All right. I did not do that. I said, I heard. I said, please confirm that it is not true because I told them that it wasn't true. So I want to confirm that it wasn't true.
Okay.
Right?
We hear you.
It wasn't. It wasn't true, and I'm grateful for it. But I am going to say this.
Uh-oh.
Jay, that's how you feeling, Jay? That's how you feeling, Jay? All right, I got you.
He's in the league.
I got you, Jay.
All of a sudden, JDM is going to be real vacant. He ain't going to be nowhere around to click the link.
Hold on, I got him right here. Hold on.
Yeah, look, don't pull a shug from what was it, Thursday night? No, Friday night.
All right, I sent the link. You got the link, Jay.
I mean, I'm surprised Yolanda ain't up here defending her homeboy, but you know.
Well, I think so. So listen, I think she's going to lean towards it was an ankle or some type of injury because they said coincidentally his was an ankle injury too. I don't know how that works, but I think he just got benched in favor of Robinson, which is a complete shocker because he was terrible in the preseason. And we got Mr. J in the building.
Yeah.
What's good, sir?
Not much.
Man, listen. What did you think? I know you've been watching. What did you think of the game?
I thought it was nice. Lamar need to learn how to slide correctly.
I agree. Slide, get down, something, because there was that one play where he picked up the first down. He took a hit he didn't need to take. He got up holding his hand a little bit, shaking his hand off. Guess because of the way he landed on it. Luckily, nothing serious came of that.
Right.
But he does need to learn how to slide, like immediately, because my QB don't need to be risking it.
No, correction. You're $200 million plus QB. Don't need that.
Oh, you got that right. Woo.
Jay does have his own channel.
Man.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Yes, Brent. Yes, Jay does have his own channel. Don't listen to that.
Nah, ain't no addendums, Yolanda. Ain't no addendums.
And Graydon, you got that right. That game had me.
We need to talk about our sack contract. Maybe
I was about as nervous as can be for a little while that there was about to be a comeback.
First of all, I didn't know what that word meant until I had to use my context clues. I'm like, I didn't know this. I didn't mean.
Hey, them boys went out there and they played today. They showed us something today, and I can appreciate that. And Lamar spreading the ball around. And I think I said it in one of the streams I was in because I was bouncing back and forth between about 3 or 4 different streams. I think I said it in one of them. I said, "What a difference having weapons makes."
Hold on.
Because
Time out. How are you going to make an addendum on if he gets benched and you believed he was going to get 8 sacks? If he was going to get 8 sacks, it had to be obvious that he was going to play well enough not to get benched.
Well, I'm gonna keep my word on my agreement. I'll still say nice stuff about it. Before he got benched, he was getting back there. He was. I don't know what happened.
So here's the thing for me. That's why I'm kind of shocked that he got benched.
Yeah, I didn't see anything like wrong. Though. He wasn't getting like turned out. Well, yeah, he wasn't getting like turned out or just what's the word I'm looking for? Stuffed. There you go.
Yeah. He wasn't, to say the least, he wasn't eating grass this year so far. He was making plays. He was stuffing the run. He was getting out there, and he was, you know what I mean? So to see that he got benched, because I was looking for him. I'm like, where is Oway? I'm looking at the game. I'm like, where is he? Because I told you I was expecting 2+ sacks from him today.
But Ojabo was out too.
To see that, yeah, Ojabo too.
Yeah, I've made a couple tackles. Yeah,
he showed up in the game here and there, but I mean, he went from week 1. It was Oway and Ojabo starting, and the other guys rotating to they completely flipped it. Now we got Tavius Robinson in there, which is a shocker. And then you got Jadeveon Clowney in there, and Jadeveon Clowney, fine. You want to start him? Great. He's a phenomenal player, very talented. This is what he does. But to have them both, the 2 young studs that you drafted, I put studs in quotes because only the Ravens seem to have thought they were studs. To have your 2 young pass rushing studs not even in the game against a Bengals old line that the whole league thinks has a lot of trouble right now, why wouldn't you want that speed out there? I don't know, but the formula worked.
Man, I keep hearing about this. So what addendum do you need to make to this contract? Do I need to know?
I'm not agreeing. You can listen.
Yolanda, I'm sorry, I have to apologize to you, but I don't think you can amend that because you stood for Oway ways that nobody else did, right? So you kind of have to. Like, you got to go down with the ship. Just like me with Caillou Blue Kelly.
Or just like I
only defended him for a way shorter amount of time. But I went down with the ship.
Speaking of that, where's that Steelers gear you supposed to be wearing?
I'm trying to find some.
It ain't that hard to find Steelers gear, Regg. Come on now.
No, it is. It's expensive, man. It's expensive. I ain't trying to spend that bread.
I got a Bengals jersey on.
I ain't trying to spend that bread.
I'm a T. Higgins fan, everybody. I'm a T. Higgins fan, not the Bengals franchise, just a T. Higgins fan.
Listen, I ain't bowling like you, Jay. All right?
I got this for $40.
$40. Where you get that from? Yo, you're gonna have to slide me the site.
I'll find some. Look, what size you wear? Well, just DM your measurements.
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna send you a message in a little bit, and we're gonna have to work that out because I need some cheap stuff to find.
Definitely.
Because I tell you what, everything I've been finding, man. I found I was looking for T-shirts. I didn't find a T-shirt under $40.
You better look at
that's just a T-shirt.
That Derby Chin poster on that poster jersey I found at Ross. That was only $35. I'm looking like, I'll be around.
Yeah, I gotta see, man. I gotta find where y'all get y'all stuff from. It seems like everything that comes my way is expensive.
His ability is what got him benched. That has nothing to do with anything.
Abilities. And then given that Oway was not playing some bench by virtue of that he cannot get sacked being benched.
But Here's the thing, Yolanda, right? Yolanda, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying to a point. I think the whole thing was you said he was going to play well enough, right? That you said this was his year, it was his time. You know,
This is
he was going
breakout
to be that
season.
guy. Breakout season. Well, if he's not playing enough or not doing enough in practice even to hold off Tavius Robinson, then you got a problem.
Tyus Bowser ain't even back yet.
That's what I'm saying.
Tyus Bowser needs to get back because Matabike is going to cost y'all a game.
Matabike, you think Matabike is going to cost us? Why? Because that penalty?
Penalties over the last 2 games.
This is true. This is true. But we can't allow. So here's the problem I have. Right?
No, but Cardinals winning right now.
Here's the problem I have. I think Matabike he's gonna clean it up because Matabike is an actual good young player, right? I'm not saying that the other guys aren't, but Matabike he's actually showing progression, whereas a lot of the other guys, young guys, aren't really progressing the way we thought. I'm worried that Ojabo was a second-round bust. And I already said it was a bad pick when they picked him while he had the torn ACL. We had to sit him for a year. I thought it was a bad pick then. But now you got all these people that was telling you, oh, had he not got hurt, he's a top 15 pick. If Ojabo doesn't get hurt, he's a top 15 pick. Well, over a year later, he's healthy, and he can't get on the field. So what happened to that top 15 pick? Where did he earn it? I said it when he got drafted. I said, listen, Ojabo only did good because he had a beast across from him.
Oh, yeah, he was
you know?
Wasn't that A.D. Hutchinson? Am I correct?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So then people go, well, when you pair Ojabo and Oweh together, man, they're gonna be a problem together because they're gonna have people across from. They're gonna be across from each other. And my first thought was, how does that work? They both need somebody across from them that's really good, but you're gonna put them across from each other.
The synergy
that doesn't. That doesn't. Hey, B, Jay, I don't know if y'all feel me on this, but that don't add up to me. Like, they both need a star on the other side so that they can make plays, but then you're gonna line them up opposite of each other. Like, neither one of them.
I'm saying, like,
is
when
beating guys and getting to the quarterback.
I'm saying when Oweh had Justin Houston and for a time JPP.
The name,
I can't even say decent.
You shall not. Listen, that is a name we don't speak on this channel, okay, sir?
Like, what's a word that's he wasn't garbage, but he was like middle team garbage and decent.
Mediocre.
Okay, I'll take that.
We don't speak that other name on this channel, sir.
Which one?
We don't.
Those initials.
You know which one? Those initials don't come up on this channel, sir.
What you mean he was a good pass rusher for y'all? My man was doing more with
He was doing more with less. Absolutely.
More or less.
He was doing a lot more with less.
Next him with your boy with these.
He was doing more with less.
I'm going to heaven today, okay, gentlemen? I'm not. Nope. Y'all leave me out of this. I already see where y'all going.
Well,
I'm not going anywhere.
I'll be honest. This is an outside fan. That's why I pass rushers more.
He said, "Give him body built by Taco Bell." He liked that better.
Give me body built by Taco
Hey, I'm just saying.
The cruelty.
I'm not being cruel. Look, JPP is a 2-time Super Bowl champ. He knows what he's doing. Clearly.
Hey, I like that player. I like his grit. His toughness.
Bro, blow the whistle, damn.
But there's also stupidity in that I just don't. I can't get along with there.
Man, when they saw the pictures of that, I almost threw up.
Hey, so listen, Imagine if he never got hurt, right?
Man,
He got hurt when he was climbing. His career was like he was doing his thing. If he never gets hurt, crazy. So I think that's the thing that bothers me is that he stunted his own growth.
but he was still productive after the injury, which like he wasn't there.
Which is great.
He didn't drop below like that. Like still,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. No,
He
I
could
agree.
pay
He
somebody
still
else to
provided
lose
something.
it.
Right.
Like
He pretty much
that was
turned into Clowney with that 1.5 hand. Like he was getting QB pressure, but he wasn't really getting the sacks. Even though Clowney got sacked today, but that was a cover sack.
He just couldn't drag him down.
Well, honestly, that might be the scariest thing about Baltimore right now is that the only way they're going to get sacks, it seems like, is coverage sacks, right? Guys, the line finally breaking down because people being locked up. And that's scary because we don't have the corners to hold in coverage all the time. T. Higgins had 8 catches for 89 yards.
Higgins.
And a touchdown. Okay.
No,
Well, I'm grateful because he's on my fantasy teams.
Correct.
Both
He's
of
on
them.
my fantasy team too.
Yeah, too.
He put in some work in both my fantasy leagues for me.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
So I appreciate that. But I mean, we can't allow that.
I mean,
we're lucky that Jamar Chase didn't do anything today.
Your corners right now, like what, 5'11" below?
Yeah, pretty much. I think the only corner we got over 6 feet or 6 feet at all is Marlowe, and he's out. So
and Hamilton's 6'4", but he can't chase a goddamn.
He can't cover.
He's 6'4".
Yeah, Hamilton's 6'4", but he can't cover worth a dang.
6'4", 220, which is the only reason he got drafted to us.
Huh.
Yep.
I thought it was smaller than that, like 6'2" or something. I know it's 6'4". Damn.
He said smaller, like 6'2".
He a big boy. He a big boy.
I mean,
6'4",
220 to NFL. Man, come on.
Like he's a big safety. 6'4", 220, but he can't cover for nothing. He can shadow like it's nobody's business.
Right, yeah. He can run to an area and knock the ball away, but that's about it.
Yeah, he can shadow like it's nobody's business, but coverage is not his go-to. But I'll say this. In the light of this game, right, looking at the aftermath of this game, this team, because of its offensive depth, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because of its offensive depth, will be able to hang with anybody in the league because we got enough weapons. I'm going to repeat that. We got enough weapons one more time. We got enough weapons to spread the ball around.
Now, do you think we could beat the Cowboys?
Yes.
Hell no.
I know you're doing that on purpose, but yes. Yes, absolutely we can.
Well, Marco Parsons.
Not that it wouldn't be a good game. Do we have the capability? Yes.
Marco Parsons.
It would be a darn good game. Listen, I know. Listen, Michael Parsons would still have to deal with Lamar Jackson.
Marco Parsons has the freak ability to keep up with Lamar.
Yeah, but it's a problem of actually getting your hands on him.
Okay.
But so that's here's what I want you to look at, right?
If Will Anderson can
equal each other out as far as running, think about it. Lamar Jackson is going to hold Michael Parsons because he's not going to be able to just rush. You can't just rush Lamar.
The Texans
right?
did it.
He's probably gonna have to. The Texans tried it. The Texans
got him on the ground twice.
I understand that, but that was because of a bad offensive line, right? I think
the same old line.
The
Cowboys are going to face. So where's the
I get that, but it's just for me. It's just Michael Parsons.
No,
I'm not worried about the rest of those guys.
Okay.
I'm not worried about the rest of them. Not that they're not talented. I'm just not worried about the rest of them because Lamar is going to rule those guys out, and this offense is got it figured out now. These Lamar, the way Lamar distributed the ball today, is the thing that's going to kill a pass rush. Right?
The way he sidestepped so many blitzes.
Yeah, being able to get the sidestep, get the ball out. that was stuff we didn't see from him in week 1.
Well, you said
That
he
was
was
a big difference in it of itself. He ran in week 1. Don't get me wrong, he ran in week 1, but this week he didn't run. He sidestepped. He manipulated the pocket.
That's true.
Once you start doing that, that takes a guy like Michael Parsons, and now he's got a QB spy. He can't rush. He's got a slow rush. When you use that against a guy like Michael Parsons, it kind of rolls him null and void, right? He's just there now in case Lamar runs.
All right, he'll make
And that creates a problem.
It ain't gonna be like he's doing like he did to who did they play the first week?
Giants.
Yeah,
Giants.
He ain't gonna be like he did to the Giants. I mean, everybody on that D line was killing the Giants' offensive line. Like they were just
Cardinals are killing them now, which that's embarrassing.
I got the Jets defense in one of my leagues, so I need the Jets to hold me down.
Yeah, I saw that people were
just go ahead and
over like just the sleeper app, Yahoo, ESPN. I'm thinking like, why y'all dropping the Jets defense? Do y'all not know who's on that D line? Do y'all not watch ball? They're crazy. I'm like, all right, I'll take them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I drafted the Jets defense over in one of my leagues.
And Quinn Williams barely be stopped. Carl Lawson can get after it. Will McDonald looks like a fantastic rookie. Johnson, their last year first rounder, looks improved. Like, bro, they got dogs.
Exactly, and then they got good DBs. The Jets got a tough defense. A lot of people don't realize.
That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking like, are y'all sure? Like,
Yolanda said she was impressed with our O-line today, and I was too.
I was too. Despite the penalties that could have cost y'all, but Kayvon Zeitler did his thing.
Despite the penalties, you got a guy like Musty starting in the NFL. I mean, this dude wasn't supposed to be a starter. He's not supposed to start in this league. And he showed that he could. He could do well enough. Could he be a long-term starter? Probably not. But he played well enough today, especially for the D-line that they got over there in Cincinnati.
Does that mean that he's tradable? Get a couple picks?
No, unfortunately, not. We need a backup center.
Whoa there.
No, we need a backup center. Like, it's
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
Trade lineman now. Y'all definitely.
Yeah. Like, we can't. That's not something we could do. Like, they had Salah. Do you realize we had Salah active today? Like, we can't trade no lineman.
Man, Salah was in there putting in work on the bench.
Yeah,
I'm about to say again.
The most work Salah put in was patting his O-line buddies on the back saying good job.
What the hell?
Yeah, he might be making some origami.
I can't believe the Bucks and Falcons are 2-0.
So I need the Jets defense to show out, and I need Breece Hall to show out. I see Dallas is already up 7-0.
Let me switch to that game.
I see Dallas is already up 7-0. So it's going to be a struggle for that defense. They got, listen.
Damn, they just tackled.
They have some potential. I mean, they got some weapons over there in Dallas. Dallas is nothing to scoff at. I'll say that. They're definitely going to be the team, I believe, representing the NFC East.
Ooh.
For Dallas, for me, it all comes about playoff time. Like, yeah, you do everything else in the regular season. Come playoff time.
Am I seeing this right? Hold on. Am I hearing this right? That the Cardinals are putting a beat down on the Giants right now?
That's what I just said. The Giants are losing to the Cardinals.
I know you said it, but damn, I thought you was joking.
Nah, you would know if I
saw it.
Hey, when they paid Daniel Jones before Saquon Barkley, you already know that they had it in the right place, so you might as well let that go.
Exactly.
Listen, my picks this week in the Pick'em leagues have been destroyed.
Yeah, I don't even care about that no more.
Destroyed. The Titans came out and beat the Chargers.
I got that wrong.
You got the Cardinals beating the Giants right now.
If the Cardinals 40 ball the Giants, bro, everybody fired. If I'm there with everybody fired.
Bro.
Ain't no goddamn way I'm losing to Joshua Dobbs.
Tampa Bay beat Chicago. Like,
yeah.
Convincingly.
Well, the Bears ain't really looking too hot right now. Justin Fields, I don't know what the hell going on. But, Chase Claypool is just ass.
But is Baker Mayfield like?
I mean,
Baker got 2-0.
You still got 2 Pro Bowl wide receivers and a decent offensive line. So
I was 2 for 2 with my picks. I don't know how in the world the Colts managed to win after AR got knocked out, but
AR did work before he went out though. Yeah, scored 2 touchdowns on his own, and then this defense is pretty much not doing anything. So, but Michigan ain't really
got James Leonard over there, right? A linebacker.
Who?
The Colts. Leonard.
Yeah, Shaq Leonard out of Gamecocks. Well, not Gamecocks. South Carolina State, I think.
I thought they was going to bench him.
Who?
Nah, message. That who came real quick.
Yeah. So right now,
was he a Gamecock? Yeah, South Carolina State University. Yeah, I was right.
Right now, I'm looking at. Oh, did I not pick the? Oh yeah. Then we had the Falcons beat the Packers too. That messed me up.
Yeah, I was watching that game. The Falcons actually like dogged it out. Like Bijan Robinson is him, and he's him.
So basically, what you're saying is that they're going to dog walk the Panthers.
I ain't gonna say that now.
I'm questioning right now. Did I switch?
I will never say that.
All right, I had the Colts winning. That's a good thing. Did I switch? It's really 17-0 Cardinals over Giants. That's sad, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. Somebody is playing. If the Cardinals like 30-35 ball the Giants, I'm firing everybody if I'm the owner.
Bro, that's crazy.
I'm firing everybody. Because the Cards are not even trying to win this year.
That's crazy.
You got Joshua Dobbs looking like at least like Tyler Huntley like esque.
I think the Seahawks ended up beating Detroit. I picked Detroit to win that. So this week was all crazy for me. I'm about to switch whether I had the Browns over the Steelers. I'm about to switch that. And then I'm rethinking whether I should put the Panthers over the Saints. And I think the Panthers going to win that game, but
I hope we do because we need that one for real.
Like, yeah, definitely need that one, especially with the Falcons being 2-0 now.
And now all of a sudden, everybody want the ball is yourselves.
Hold on, I just want to point out. Hold on, I just want to point out because I went out on the limb, and I said that
I'm good.
Desmond Ridder was an NFL-ready quarterback, and I said Desmond Ridder can be a decent starter in the NFL. I even went as far as to drafting him. I had him in one of my leagues as a backup quarterback. I ended up getting rid of him as a backup for Russell Wilson.
You mighty brave.
I am. That's what I'm saying. I am. But the point I'm making is that he's playing his behind off for what he's doing compared to what he was expected to do. You get what I'm saying?
I agree. But I'm just saying, just to counter that, the Falcons are a run-first team. And so it's kind of like it's kind of like a Tannehill situation where it's kind of hard to be the quarterback.
I get some for Jimmy John
50% of the time. I'm not saying that he can't be a decent starter. I'm not saying that he can't be a decent starter. I'm just saying, like, as right now,
you get pizza out of Jimmy John.
Bijan doing literally the majority of the work. All you got to do is hit these slants, these screens, and curls. You're not really like, and every now and then a 20+ yard pass like Mac Hollins. You're not really showing that you can be a quarterback.
Well, he's showing that he's capable of starting, right? He can be a game manager, as they used to call it.
Yeah, like how like Freddie is on the 49ers. Like you got all those weapons.
Exactly.
Just don't mess up. Like, hey, don't turn the ball over. Everybody else can, but
Zico Kage in the building. What's good, sir? That is the best name on YouTube, by the way, because that name is lit. I'm telling you now, their name is lit. You're absolutely right, though, Zeke. It could have been better. The win could have been better. We're still it being this early in the league. I mean, this early in the year, we're still going to see small things that can change where the team can get better, right? We're going to see little mistakes here and there. You see Lamar still got some rust on him, but it's going to gel. Like he had the one play where he overshot Zay Flowers. That's just them not being completely in tune with each other yet.
Yeah, definitely. But
once they get there, my goodness. I mean, Rashad Bateman looked every bit of a good receiver today. Zay Flowers. Bateman had about 5 catches. Bateman had like 5 catches. I'm not saying he went crazy.
I'm about to say, I'm not. I didn't like. Hold on, we watching the same name. I mean, I know he caught. I'm glad that he caught his passes. I'm glad.
That's what I'm getting at because a couple years ago, Bateman had some drops. A lot of them. That's what I'm saying. He had a lot of them. So to see him being consistent, he's looking like a plausible receiver, wide receiver.
Oh yeah, let me look.
Aguilar.
Let's see the school jersey.
Touchdown from Aguilar today.
I was surprised.
He didn't put up gaudy numbers, but he had like 5 catches.
I'm saying, like with Aguilar, I would eat crow on that. I'm like, you know what? Aguilar shut me up today. He balled.
He did. Absolutely, he did. And shoot, when he scored, I said, "Okay, Nelly, you know what I usually call him. I just had to call him Nelly on that one." Normally,
like the over shoulder, the over shoulder catch, like playing for like football, like for a year or two. The over shoulder catch is hard as hell. One, you gotta locate that. You still got to bring it in with the like quarterback maybe draped all over you.
Yep. Listen, I'm gonna give him his credit because usually I call him occasional hands Aguilar. His hands was on point today. And I think the occasional hands comment now is gonna move over to Mark Andrews. Or as the Rogue Paul likes to call him, Mr. Hendo calls him Handrews. And they're getting pretty occasional. Because in the last couple years, he's had a number of those drops too. He had a couple drops today. But it's something I guess he'll get past. He was hurt. So I said earlier today that I didn't expect much from him because he was hurt. So, it could be one of those things. He's also knocking that rust off. This was his first game back. He didn't play in the preseason, so it could have been that he's knocking the rust off too. So I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying?
But he already got like a relationship, with Lamar. It's like once your chemistry gets to the point where, hey man, I know what you're thinking even before, play. You know what I'm saying? Like even though the ball's not really coming to me, because Lamar has to scramble a lot. So Andrew already knows, all right, let me just sit my big tail down somewhere or keep going, my cross or post or whatever. No. And he's gonna throw it to me.
Yeah. Lamar there's no doubt that Lamar and Andrews has a connection, like, and are becoming, if not already, a top 3 duo in the NFL. They're probably top 2, to be honest, right behind Mahomes and Kelsey. So it'll be interesting. Um, and we'll see what happens with Andrews. I think he's going to get better, but I also think he might not be on the team next year. But we don't know, because I think for him to not be on the team next year, likely has to ball out, and he's not really given the chance to ball out. He gets a catch and then disappears. You know what I mean?
I don't think Lamar really like trusting him like that, but that trust also takes time as well.
It does. You got to build it, but you can't build it because you don't play in the preseason, right? Preseason would have been a perfect time for Lamar to get some reps in with Likely or with some of his new targets.
And Likely's not really the best, not really the best blocker. Now I know, like, being a fan of all these years, like, get on the field, even with a running back, wide receiver, with any organization, tight end, like, you got to block, and like it struggles with that. So that's that thing. So he has all the receiver intangibles. We've seen that.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? He's only going to grow, though, right? He's got no choice but to try to get better at blocking.
Right. But, he's one of the best tight ends to learn from right there. So I mean, hang hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And another move the Ravens did today was not activating Charlie Kolar.
Yeah, I saw that.
Making sure 42 got the reps, right? So they're kind of running Pat Ricard as if he's a third tight end and not a fullback. So that's interesting to me. If you didn't have that faith or that belief in Charlie Kolar that you would deactivate him for a fullback, why not keep Travis Vokolek? He's on your practice squad. Elevate him. He's shown that he could block, right? And he's got the playmaking skills when you send him out to catch the ball. Vokolek should be up here instead of Pat Ricard. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just how I feel about it. Like, I watched the preseason. I watched this team. I'm not interested in what Pat Ricard brings, but I am interested in what Travis Vokolek can do. And for them to make that decision, that was a shocker to me.
Right.
But I guess the Ravens are going to do a bunch of things to shock us this year because they're trying to do things differently, I guess.
Yeah,
and Harbaugh's still stubborn.
Like the whole rotating defensive ends. Hopefully that's what they're doing. I mean, hopefully they're not really benching Owe and everybody. I hope they keep everybody fresh because 17 games, 15 games now. Still pretty long. Well, I ain't gonna say 15 now. It's still 50 games. You still get a bye week, so and then Thursday night game. So that counts like a mini bye. But maybe rotating defensive ends, using all your pass catchers now, since Aguilar proved that he can catch. Duvernay is trying. Bateman is catching now.
Yeah.
Zay, well, we already know he was going to be a monster.
And so I'll say that I do have one question.
Yeah.
With OBJ ankle being injured, right? Say he can't go next week because it's sore, whatever. Because I wouldn't want to rush him back out there. Who gets his snaps, right? I mean, is it going to be Duvernay to get his snaps? We just see more Aguilar. It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. Do they come in with more, 2 tight end sets?
They can do a number of things because y'all got, like I said, y'all got actually 3 capable, 4 if you can count Pat Ricard, tight ends that can catch the ball, so y'all can do that. Jay proved that he can. It don't matter where the ball is, he's going to snag it out the air, even at 5'9". Bateman and Aguilar can keep their catching the balls up. They, y'all can still do 3 wide receiver sets. Y'all still got running backs. Or on a bunch of running backs, y'all can just check down or run plays or run real wiles out the backfield. I will say the Ravens can do a multiple of things. But for how long? Like it just depends on the scheme and who y'all facing, because it's still the old line still has to hold up.
Another thing that made me happy was no Melvin Gordon. I had a huge fear that the Ravens were going to play Melvin Gordon with J.K. being out, and they did not. To my surprise,
Yeah, I don't think Melvin going to play.
I was happy. No, he didn't, and
Okay.
I was extremely happy about that.
Yo,
It was all Gus and Justice, which was great because I got them both in one of my fantasy leagues, and then the other one I got Gus starting. So it was a beautiful thing for me to not see Melvin Gordon out there. But this also means that third slot is probably just going to be held by Melvin Gordon until Keaton Mitchell gets back.
Perhaps so.
Keaton Mitchell is going to be yet another explosive guy you can add to this offense. Whether it's catching screens, quick passes, quick slants, he's going to, that's another weapon. And then he's also going to be a special teams weapon. So now you got two special teams weapons in Devin Duvernay and Keaton Mitchell. Obviously, Tylan Wallace, too. Tylan Wallace can play some special teams as well. This team is looking dangerous on offense. Very suspect on defense. I think Roquan only had, 6 tackles? 5 tackles?
He was still decent, but he wasn't Roquan-esque. Like, he wasn't really.
Yeah, he was a little shy. Or the
like I saw more of Queen than Roquan, which is crazy.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's a sign of Pat Queen just he's getting quicker, he's getting more in tune with the game, knowing the playbook better, and just being able to be free and roam while Roquan is breaking down the offense and, kind of getting everybody in position. Pat Queen can kind of just roam free and do what he needs to do.
Or like this is a contract year, I think. Simpson, they already drafted Simpson. He just like, hey, I got to play with fire under my tail. Either or. I'm glad that I'm not calling him Dairy Queen.
Yeah, tell me about it.
He's not being stiff. He's actually moving. But he had like you said, work on having an elite linebacker there does take pressure off. What you gotta do, because I don't think he's really thinking that much anymore now that Roquan is the actual true middle linebacker.
Yeah, it's I don't know, but I like it. I don't know what's going on with him, but I like it.
Yeah,
he's fired up, and I love every bit of it. He's going to keep doing his thing, and I hope so.
He can continue this. Well, I hope he's not hurt, because he was not carted off. He had to set out a couple plays. But I think people say it was like a stinker, like just a stinker, not nothing serious.
So let's switch gears real quick, right? Mm-hmm. We're talking all about the Ravens, the Bengals. It's a post game show for Ravens, Bengals, but you're a Panthers fan, so let's talk some Panthers real quick. Mm-hmm. You guys got New Orleans tomorrow night.
You wearing the Bengals T. Higgins jersey? I am a Panthers fan first.
Yes, sir. Y'all got New Orleans tomorrow night. Does Derek Carr strike fear in you with that squad he's got over there?
I'm going to say the Derek Carr, the quarterback, the individual, no, but the wide receiver core, a little bit, because Chris Olave is a fantastic player. We saw that last year when he was a rookie. Michael Thomas looks like he's finished recovering from all his injuries, all his BS, over the years. So he looks like a very strong number 2. And you got this guy Rashid Shaheed, come out of nowhere. The one thing I can say about the same thing, they can find players, they can find wide receivers.
Yeah, they can.
They can, and it's just all about coaching, and whoever is across from them. And now that Jason Horn on IR to week 6, CJ, Deontay, Troy Hill. Our pass rush is going to have to show up on every play. Brian Burns and DB Frankie Louisville are going to have to show up on every play.
Now, another player, another player that you showed a lot of faith in with that Panther squad, TMJ. Here's Marshall Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have that same faith in him? I mean, I'd say you defend him in the way that Yolanda is with Oway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you're like that with a lot of players, though, because you believe in giving guys the chance to grow,
right?
Which is awesome. I agree with that 100%. Can he develop? Do you really see the potential of him developing to at least the number 2 wide receiver in the league?
At least number 2, yes. It just again all about health, and I think that he can, because even though last Sunday he wasn't bad. I saw some I don't know, there's some trust issues between him and Bryce, because again he's spent a lot of time hurt, so that chemistry is kind of off. Like when Bryce people Bryce missed him on the sideline on one play. I'm like, no, not TMJ, no, slow it up, because if TMJ kept going, he would have hit him right in the prayer basket. But with TMJ playing with so many quarterbacks over his career, he doesn't know if it's going to be on the throne, if it's going to be behind him, because a lot of times it is. But when it was Sam, when it was Baker, when it was he's the quarterback on the lines right now. We're back up with third string, I guess. Teddy Bridgewater. So I think TMJ just got to just trust that Bryce can make every throw, and he can. Once that trust and that chemistry develops, TMJ can start making those plays that we saw him making down the stretch after he fired a rule and stuff last year.
So it's basically just familiarity.
Yeah, just
right?
familiar.
Get familiar with each other, then they could grow. It's just like I said with Lamar and Zay. Once they get a little more familiar, get that chemistry going, they'll be pretty darn good. Yeah. And he's a young receiver, and you got a young quarterback.
Yeah, so
it's always great to have those two grow together,
And again, with just like with Bryce and Mingo, they're gonna grow together. They're gonna have some hiccups until until it gets to the point where hey man, I'm gonna be right here. I already know the velocity, your how hard you throw the ball, your placement. I already know where I got to be.
Yeah, it's gonna be a terrific combo. And Mingo and Bryce got a chance to turn into a great one too. And then having TMJ there. And now I know.
Once we try sign and trade for Higgins,
yeah,
that's gonna be better.
Now, speaking of former Bengals and a former Raven, Hayden Hurst. How do you feel about Hayden Hurst? I know Brodney from Let's Break Hard Take, in case y'all don't know. Brodney is also a Panthers fan, and he cannot stand Hayden Hurst. I get it. He's old. Hayden Hurst is probably like 35 now.
Really?
He got drafted at how old was he's at least 32. Right?
Okay,
31, 32. I think he was drafted at like 27, 28 years old. He was drafted like older. So he's in his 30s. What do you think about his play? Is he a viable weapon for Bryce Young?
Yeah, it's like everywhere I can say everywhere, but lately, everywhere Hayden Harris has been, I think his recent stuff was the Bengals. He's been a reliable pass catcher. He doesn't give you too many drops, but his hands are decent, and he's like 6'4", 6'5". So he's a big body target that can be in the red zone, used in red zone, which we did last Sunday. So he's definitely reliable along there with Adam, Thielen. If again we run into the problem where our receivers are not getting league average separations, you still got a big body target. He can just throw the ball up, to so he can high point.
That was one of the things he did well coming out of college, making contested catches. And it was funny because he got drafted by Baltimore in the first round. They actually drafted him before they drafted Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I remember that.
At the time, drove me absolutely nuts. I went crazy. So what are you doing? Why are we drafting a tight end and not Lamar? I was going crazy in my living room. And then we doubled back and we ended up drafting Lamar, which I also went crazy in a good way when that happened. But again, that's another sign of the Ravens we always draft 2 tight ends. If we don't keep the first, we end up keeping the second. That just seems to be something this franchise does. But it's not necessarily to say that the other tight end ends up being bad, but they actually go on to play elsewhere and have pretty good careers. The same thing happened with Ed Dixon and Dennis Pitta. So
we're on the Panthers, by the way. No, Pitta wasn't. Ed Dixon was.
Yeah, Ed Dixon was. Yeah. So it happens often with us. We're pretty good at finding tight ends. I think the thing with us in Baltimore was finding wide receivers, and we finally done that now. And I think there's a time for every team to come up. I think your team started off slow this year, but it's a division that you'll be able to compete in with till the end of the year.
And for me, like
No, go ahead.
I said for me, I'm not really tripping about like this year because I got a rookie quarterback, I got a rookie wide receiver, I got a new head coach and everything. Like I'm confident that we can get like 8-9 wins, but maybe win the division. Like I'm not really worried about this like 2-0 start by the Bucks and Falcons because it's a long season. A lot can happen. Like when the Panthers went 3-0 with Sam Darnold, what happened after that? We lost.
No, you're right.
Single game afterwards.
You're right. I actually picked you guys to win the division.
So I'm not really worried. Like and Bryce looks like the type like he's not gonna like just sit down and be what was me. He's gonna find the problem, talk to his receivers, get with them and put some work in after practice and be like, hey man, we're gonna get this right. And to the point to where we sinking. Like and that's what I like about Bryce. Like he's taking all the over the years, like, oh, he's too short to be quarterback. Until like one of the most prestige colleges in the world. Balled out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, even
college football is interesting this year. I just wanted to throw that out there too. College football, it seems like there's a changing of the guard, so to speak, in college football right now.
Yeah,
and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, even right now, Alabama, because Alabama had Tua, Mac Jones, even though he really don't count in my eyes, but Bryce Young and Jalen Hurts in that time frame, it's crazy. But now you got other colleges. Yeah. Colorado with Deion Sanders and his son balling. You got Washington State. Washington State. Was it Michael Penix Jr. balling?
Yeah.
Even former Clemson quarterback DJ. I ain't gonna butcher that name, but y'all know talking about former Clemson.
That's what I call him.
Morgan State. He balling. So like the quarterback. I feel like the quarterback class for 24, 25. It looks promising. Like you might not you have your clear cut number one guys, like your franchise guys who are like can't miss products like Hale Williams, Drake May. After that,
Shador might end up being one of those.
Shador keep pooping the ball like this. Who knows? He might take that number 3 spot because Joe Milton looks shaky.
That's what I'm saying.
Travis Jones, with the the quarterback for FSU. He looked kind of
Jordan Travis.
Yeah, Jordan Travis. He looked kind of off. So who knows? But you're still gonna have like every team still needs that the QB2. You're now 3 since the 49ers made it that plausible to where you got to have 3 quarterbacks now.
Yeah, I mean, what the 49ers are doing, Brock Purdy is amazing.
Oh yeah, Brock Purdy doesn't really need to do much. Like I say, you have these amazing. I'm not taking the talent away from him because managing an NFL team as a quarterback is still a hard tale. Like some of the play calls they spit out in the huddle, I can't even repeat back. Like as soon as they say XY triple XY double back, I'm looking like I'm done.
Yeah, what you just said to me? Don't be cussing at me. That's like.
He does the basics like well, but again, when you have CMC, George Kittle, still like a decent tight end in this league, even after the injuries, you still have Debo Samuel. Brandon Ayuk is emerging. He held their wide receiver 3. I think if Juwan Jennings is still on the team, he can destroy you at some games. Kyle Juszczyk, fullback, tight end, pretty much their version of Pat Ricard, has hands.
Offensive weapon. Yep.
They have talent out the ass. And when you can have that, you really don't need to try. And you got Kyle Shanahan, one of the smartest coaches.
One of the best football minds.
One of the best football minds. You really don't need to try. Like somebody is always going to be open. Like all you need to do is have the arm strength and maybe some accuracy, to hit this dude at this exact time, they'd be fine.
Absolutely. Whoa, sir. Who's overrated in your book?
Over him, ooh.
I think he's talking about Kyle Shanahan.
I can agree, but Kyle Shanahan has been a part of some very many playoff and Super Bowl team with the Falcons. Even though I don't know what happened there, the 28-3. I don't know whose fault that was, but
I mean, I think you can call him overrated as a head coach because he's not winning championship.
I understand.
But as an offensive mind,
he's one of the best. Like, and even if he gets fired or let go by the 49ers, dude, he's gonna get a job, like OC job, like
yeah, immediately. Like
he's still producing.
Like, competitive since he's been there.
Like, you mean the regular season, you still need to produce, and that's what he does. Like, when it comes to the playoffs, he just has freak accidents. Like last year, like literally, how you supposed to know that all three of his quarterbacks are going to get hurt? Where are the odds?
Go tell me how Jimmy Garoppolo looked for the Raiders today, and then tell me that
garbage. That's that first quarter touchdown to Devontae Adams, man. The Bills got destroyed. I mean, not the Bills, but the Raiders got destroyed by the Bills.
Yeah. So go watch Garoppolo and then tell me that Kyle Shanahan's overrated. Like I get it. He said he was joking, so I understand that. But there's people out there that truly believe that. So we just gotta kind of put that out there that.
What I'm saying, which leads me to believe, to be a quarterback in Kyle Shanahan's scheme or offense, you really don't need to do much. Just don't turn the ball over. Hold ball security. When our O-line, when our line rarely breaks down because Trent Williams is one of the better left tackles. They still have one of the better right tackles, and the guards are a little iffy, but they still hold up. Just don't turn the ball over. Like George Kittle could fumble, that's fine. You can miss time ball and cost interception, that's fine. Boy, don't overthrow, don't fumble the ball. We all should be good. CMC.
So,
and he has.
So, Hendo, Mr. Rogue Pod is in here.
What's good?
And he said, "Is that a Bengals jersey?" Yes, Hendo, it is a Bengals jersey. He said it's because he's a T. Higgins fan, not a Bengals fan.
And Hendo knows. And Hendo, Brian, everybody in Discord knows this. Like, ever since Higgins got drafted, I done said this ever since I've been with y'all. I'm a Higgins fan. Like every time I get to see him the ball, I'm gonna wear his jersey. I stay true to that.
I respect it. I don't have a problem with it. Higgins put up numbers for me today and the loss. So he did exactly what I needed him to do: put up numbers and lose.
And when he sees future fantasy, you better damn Skippy. I'll be one of the first people in the world to own the Panthers Higgins jersey.
And I don't know if he's gonna go to the Panthers, but he's going somewhere.
He's gonna get paid. I don't know why the Bengals tripping right now. The Bengals tripping.
He said you getting that Ravens Higgins jersey? I'd like to see Higgins in Baltimore. I'd love to see Higgins in Baltimore.
I'm not trading for Higgins.
Higgins in Baltimore.
I'm not trading for Higgins.
Let's just say Odell go ahead and retire after this year, right?
Oh. Bring
in Higgins, pair him with Zay and Bateman. Oh my goodness!
Y'all barely pay Lamar, and now you got to pay an actual number one. I don't see y'all doing it.
Listen.
Hey, don't
you understand? There's a changing of the guard going down in Baltimore as we speak.
Okay.
They are currently this year in the process of seeing what it's like to actually have weapons for your quarterback. They are going to be willing to pay somebody.
I believe what I
They just had to see it. They paid Odell 3 times what he was worth.
That's because
maybe even 4 times what he was worth.
EDC was was being lazy. Didn't really price gauge the market and be like, oh man, now other teams are starting to call them. We got to do something drastic, and y'all did.
What happened was EDC, along with these other teams, for some reason didn't want D-Hop. And he said, "Let me pay Odell. I got to get somebody."
Now, Yeah. Because I think D Hop said in his first game he's gonna make like 4 teams play. I don't know if y'all were one of them. Then again, D Hop willingly chose to go to the Titans for money, like for money reasons. There's no other reason why he went there for money. Because winning wise, why are you going there? Like, Derrick Henry's gonna have the ball in his hands majority of the time. Ryan Tannehill is not like that.
Yeah.
So,
now I saw something interesting. Derrick contract is up at the end of this year.
huh? Wait, what?
Derrick Henry contract is up. Hold on.
Oh, but see your thing, audio went haywire. I'm like, what the hell going on?
Yeah.
Jay was in Cow Coach Stream, hoping Bengals threw touchdown to Higgins, and he did. Like, Higgins is 6'4", 6'5". Y'all got 5'9", 5'10" corners. That's easy money. Like who on y'all? Like what quarterback? And maybe Marlon Humphrey can stop Higgins if Joe Burrow and the offense has to just 50-50 ball it in the end zone. Ooh. Let's see, Rodgers, Watson, Rodgers.
I knocked my plug out by mistake. I got a little excited when we was talking about T. Higgins. I knocked my plug out. But yeah, so what were we talking about a second ago? Yeah, Titans, right? And D Hop going over there. Of course, he took it for money. I mean, nobody else wanted him. It's one of those situations where the Titans was like, "Oh well, we'll pay you," and everybody else was like, "Well, I'm not really trying to pay you. If you want to win, you can come here." But so he took the money.
Winning barely that. I mean, they barely won. They surprisingly won against the Chargers. I'm more down on the Chargers than for that happening.
Oh, and the other thing I was saying, Derrick Henry's contract is up at the end of the year, and with J.K. being out the door, that's another guy the Ravens may end up showing interest in.
If y'all sign a very old, very used, you know what, that is a Raven thing to do. And you know what, that's
exactly.
I'm thinking signing over the year to tell me. Yeah, that sounds like y'all.
Him
but it would be nice.
Jonathan Taylor should be a free agent too, though, right? So Jonathan Taylor for the Colts. So I think he's a free agent at the end of the year too. So maybe there's going to be some options out there. There's going to be some options out there. So we'll see where they go with it. But we're going to need another running back because just Gus Edwards and Justice Hill doesn't seem to be the answer. It's a answer, but it's not the answer.
It's working, but for no problem. And I can see y'all, Raven, Lamar willingly restructuring his contract to bring more weapons in because he knows like this. The weapon y'all got right now is not enough. It serves a bowl right now, but to win a Super Bowl, nah.
I don't think Lamar should restructure his contract though. Because in my eyes, I think he's gonna look at it as, y'all gave me this much hassle about paying me in the first place. Why should I restructure unless you're giving me more money? So, if I'm Lamar, at least I'm not gonna restructure. I'm gonna get more money. But I understand those guys that restructure are guys that needed to restructure. And you bring up Aaron Rodgers. I don't even know if he's gonna be playing in the league next year. To be that age, anterior Achilles.
Well, there are some reports saying that he had like a different type of Achilles surgery, so he's looking towards pretty much Cam Akers' time, which was still for him even remarkable. 6 months. So, but Cam Akers is younger, way younger than Rodgers, so that's age is a factor. So,
yeah.
You see, because right now the Jets are stalling on offense while the Jets defense are doing whatever they can. Holy crap, the Giants scored.
Well, miracles do happen, huh? Miracles do happen.
I'm just finding like surprising that the Jets are moving the ball down the field, but the Giants can't do it.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
and you just paid Dane Dimes how much? You paid Saquon how much?
When you put it that way.
Damn. Why did he?
I need this Jets defense to continue playing. Like, I need them to play hard.
Like the Jets are gonna have to. Like the Jets gonna have to lean on their defense, and I think Robert Saleh and knows that because Aaron Rodgers, you had like this maestro, you had him paired up with his boys in Lazard, Cobbs. You had a young stud in Garrett Wilson. You know, who else? You got like a abundance of tight ends that can pretty much do everything. You got a decent old line because Mekhi Becton still getting healthy finally. Elijah Berry Tucker looks nice. Like just O line, it's not bad.
Breece Hall needs more attempts. Breece Hall is such a talented running back.
Why he just do a duck? Yeah, he barely. Ooh, I'm glad they didn't get picked off. What the fuck was that?
Breece Hall is such a talented running back,
Definitely.
and people questioned why I drafted him in coaches league, and I said, "Watch and see." He was like, "Ain't he hurt?" I was like, "He'll be back. He's gonna be a bit healthy this year." And
especially like surgeries now, how they get done today. Like Victoria ACL. Like I'm not if you're young enough to bounce back. Like look at Cooper Kupp. Man just win. Man, I think towards ACL, he won the Triple Crown the year afterwards. So I'm like, the sky's the limit. In these today's surgeries, sky's the limit. Hell, we saw AP, towards ACL the year after that. Damn near broke the single season rushing record.
Yeah, had 2,097 yards.
You know what I'm saying, and he could have broken it if the OC didn't. It was some weird crap that was happening. He was like 4 yards away. I think 4 or 5 yards away. I'm thinking like with AP, that's easy.
Yeah, he was right there. He had he finished the year with 2,097 yards.
And
all they had to do was hand it to him another at least two times.
I'm thinking like, what the hell? Like that must have been like an NFL thing. Like, hey man, we don't want him to break the record. I'm like, why not?
No, I think it was a yards thing in his contract or something. I don't know.
It was still bogus.
They pretty much stopped him from getting another big paycheck.
It was bogus. Like that man was on demon time that year, and I'm glad I was able to witness that. That he was.
He was running like it was nobody's business, man. He was running out of his mind.
Running, trekking, stiff arming, hurdling. Like my God,
he was the hurdle master, right? Man. Nobody, because he was hurdling and dropping the shoulder on people as soon as he landed.
He cannot be stopped. Though. I want to say he played every game that year. I want to say he did.
Like it was masterful.
Like at the running back position, that's unheard of, bro. Like,
yeah. He put on a clinic that year. Now, we're looking at these games. Who's the night game tonight? Patriots-Dolphins. Patriots-Dolphins. I think that's an easy. I don't want to say that now because these games have been going absolutely crazy.
A lot of them now, like in the NFL, just like college. Hey man, anything happen? Like just like last night, I expect Colorado State to put up a fight. Lo and behold.
Oh yeah, they put up a heck of a fight.
Lo and behold. Hey man, I'm saying that's
like one hit on Travis Herbert was dirty. That was a dirty hit. That was 100% dirty, and I would have had my dogs on him after that.
That's gonna be that's universal in the media. Come tomorrow or today tomorrow.
And you know what? Here's the crazy thing. Judging by the way their head coach was acting during that game, I'm willing to bet they were told, that defense was told to take a shot at him if they could.
Not Bounty
Yes, Bounty Gate, because I'm willing to bet he told them, if you get a free shot on Travis, take him out. I'm willing, because it is that much, not just hate between teams, because these kids rotate in and out, almost on a yearly basis. You got brand new teams in there half the time. It's hate from the head coach himself. He's looking at Deion and saying, how dare you? How dare you go to Colorado and turn them into a star team after they only won one game last year. We were because as that head coach, you got to feel like Colorado State was the talk of the rivalry, seeing as though Colorado only won one game the year before.
All right.
So he's like, just as I was about to shine, you come and you do this. So he must have took it personally. Because who says to me the shot he took at Dion was a personal shot? Like for you to say to a man, "Oh, I take my hat and glasses off when I talk to people. That's how my mother raised me." That's like telling somebody that their parents ain't raised them right.
All right.
That's telling somebody, you know what I mean? That's taking a deeper shot than people realize.
Yeah, like some households and some coaches, that's the same slap in the face when you start talking about the OGs. I'm like, hold up now.
Exactly. There's certain things you just don't do.
All right.
And I think that coach it was personal for him. If for some reason it was personal for him, he got butthurt by Dion being over in Colorado. He got butthurt by the success they got. He got butthurt by the amount of stars coming out to see that game. And I think he just wanted more eyes on Colorado State.
Which is fine.
Let me say something outlandish and let me get some publicity here.
But which is fine though. But if you went in the way I'm thinking, and just like a casual, like, to be honest, I haven't started watching Colorado until this year. I'll be honest, I have. I had like in the years past, I had no reason to watch Colorado.
Agreed.
But, if it was the way I'm thinking, if you would have thought the same thing, like, yo, I'm about to play Dion in Colorado, I'm gonna get publicity regardless, even if I don't say anything. And I would have never known that Colorado State wide receiver who was catching all those solid crosses, or pretty much their receiver. I would have never known, who he was if I didn't watch, that game from start to finish. And he looks like he's going to be. He's a senior wide receiver, so he's eligible to get drafted. This year he looks like he could be like a strong.
Nasty.
He looked like he could be like a strong number 2, 3 in somebody wide receiver core. Like he was catching everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So listen, if you want to bring publicity, right, you don't have to take a shot at somebody. I agree with you 100%.
Like he would have got publicity, no, regardless. Like, yo, like look at this coach coaching like this. I heard his name before, like in years past. But look at this coach Carter. He's coaching this as hard as he can, against a Dion like a team. Like, you're gonna get publicity. Like, no, that's publicity like right there. Look at this. What how tall is he? 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver. And now he got more eyes on him. Boom. That's that's like a transfer portal, wide receiver, or incoming signee class that wants to go to Colorado State. Just seeing how that dude just did in your offense. Boom. Mm-hmm. That's just how I'm thinking. Like he didn't really need to say anything. I think it I agree with you. He was butthurt. Like, we the blue collar. No, we came up for nothing. Like how Dion didn't work for everything he had. He didn't. He had. Like, he just.
He did. Dion definitely worked for everything he had.
I mean, I never watched him play because I was born after that time. But watching highlights and stuff, I definitely know who he is because my OGs around me growing up, we didn't shut up about him. Especially,
I'm going to come out and say it. Dion is the greatest athlete to ever touch a football field.
Yeah, especially when he was on the Falcons. I definitely, I did, and I was living in Atlanta at the time. Yeah, I definitely did hear the NFL, especially me being a Panthers fan. Oh yeah, they made sure to know who Dion was.
Dion, I'll say it again, the greatest athlete to ever touch a football field. That man was absolute electric. And then he didn't only touch football fields. This man went on and did it in baseball too.
I saw that too. I'm looking like, man, Jordan wish he was him.
Yes, he was the original him. Like that's the original him. Like he's the original. And to see him grooming Travis Hunter to be the same thing, or at least as close to it, since because there was Charles Woodson as well. Charles Woodson played both ways.
I think Chris Graham did. Did Chris Graham do it?
I'm not sure. I know Charles Woodson did. I followed a lot of him back then, so I knew Charles Woodson did.
Sports. One time I was growing up, heard like
it's a rare. These guys like this are a rare breed.
Definitely.
They come every so often. And it's crazy because a lot of athletes play both ways in high school.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like
A lot of guys go both. Yeah, they play both sides of the ball in high school. So to then, develop and take it through college, that's where it kind of falls off because they just don't have the stamina, or they need to focus on one side of the ball. They're stronger on one side than the other, whatever it may be. But to have a guy like Travis Hunter right now, who's not only playing both sides of the ball, but he's doing it consistently and at a very good pace. It's freakish, man. Just watching it all over again, it's freakish.
Like how
I think
like how Shaq Thompson played running back and linebacker at Washington.
Yeah,
absolutely. Like where running back? That's like running back and linebacker. That's like a weird combination. Like that's you really don't.
No, absolutely. Dare I say? Like, no, I ain't gonna say it because I ain't gonna disrespect this conversation. I'm not gonna disrespect this conversation. I think you know what I was about to say. I'm not gonna disrespect this conversation. But those talented guys like that are a rare breed. And when you get them, you got to use them and use them wisely. I personally think Travis Hunter is going to project to a cornerback in the NFL. They're going to give him a shot on both sides of the ball. I mean, you got no choice but to, right? But I think he's, as of right now, from what I've seen, he's a better corner than he is wide receiver. Just because he's had some drops. If he what?
If he lands on the Patriots, then he might play both sides because Bill Belichick just don't. Like Julie Edelman can do it. Damn sure Travis Hunter can.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You'll see him do it, but he's a better, I think, cornerback than he is wide receiver. He's had a couple drops.
Oh yeah,
but again, who doesn't, right? When you're getting a ball thrown your way that many times a game, you're going to drop it, especially playing both sides of the ball because you're going to get fatigued. Right. So you're going to drop a few. But it's intriguing. He's not draft eligible this year. Not till 2024 or 2025.
Next year. But he'll be in the 2025 draft. He's a sophomore right now.
Yeah. So 2025 draft. We'll see where he goes from there. But this does bring the question of with Colorado, if Shedeur decides to enter the draft, where do they go at quarterback?
I do not know. I think Deion's the type to not afraid to look at the transfer portal. And I think a lot of success they're having now, they won't have no problem getting 4 or 5-star recruits to sign there. So I don't think
his name alone, right?
Right, so I don't think there's going to be like a drop off or a problem at all. Now, will there be Shedeur-esque? Probably not. But talent wise, they should have a problem. Actually, I expect them to have more talent next year.
Yeah, got these guys in the limelight now. Deion's got what is probably the best college coaching staff ever assembled. So, like, he's bringing the Avengers to Colorado, and it's absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be interesting to see what they do next year. I mean, not obviously this year as well, but next year, if Shedeur leaves. But this year, speaking of Colorado, this year, do you think it's possible for them to end up in the college football playoff and maybe even national championship game?
For me, I want to see it happen. See a brother, really just from the ground up, just get that far and win it. That would be amazing. Like 100%, I want that. Now, the football fan in me, I don't know how losses, accumulate in playoff, in the committee because they'd be tripping sometimes. But Oregon and USC the next 2 weeks are going to test them. If y'all thought Colorado State was hard, Oregon Oregon and USC definitely are going to see what this team is made of. Because even though I clown Bo Nix for being in college forever, he's a talented quarterback. They have
leave Bo Nix alone. Former Auburn quarterback, by the way. And for those who didn't know, I was a huge Auburn fan, and I'm still partially an Auburn fan. I look out for them. I still watch some of their games. Bo Nix has been around forever. You're right. And he's probably the most mediocre, borderline decent quarterback I've seen in a long time. Like, he's one of those guys that he can't quite break the mold for being a good quarterback. Like, he has these games where he looks great, and then he'll come back down to earth, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's funny, but he's going to be it's going to be tough.
Like, he has it. Like, he has the talent. Just like, bro, like the throw you make sometimes just
he makes questionable decisions.
You make fourth round, fifth round QB type decisions. Like like he at a point in time he was like considered a first round. I don't know.
Early in his college career, yeah.
But them weapons and like Troy Franklin, who I love, he's a speedster. Like he's not Jalen Hyatt type fast, but he can keep you honest. He's like 185, so soaking wet, but still though, like don't play man or press, or he's gonna zoom.
Yeah,
what Caleb Williams and USC, their weapons. Caleb Williams alone.
He's a problem.
Let's say I don't need to say nothing more. Like him alone, like it's gonna be a problem. And Colorado's weakness, we all know it, is their defense. Like Shiloh Sanders can't do everything, and he definitely had to step up this game.
Yeah, he definitely. So he played way better this week than he did last week, and that was huge for him. That 80-yard INT return for a touchdown. That was absolutely the way he read that play was beautiful.
Right.
Can he do it consistently? I'm not sure.
We're going to have better competition in the upcoming week, so I don't think they're going to. Yeah.
It's going to be tough because another thing that is worrisome about Colorado, they have an undersized defensive line.
Oh, definitely.
They pretty much have like 4 defensive ends down there rather than they don't have any big D tackles down there. They got all smaller guys on their D line, but I guess that can equate to them having more quickness on the D line too. They just got to know how to use it.
All right, so it's going to be all about scheme. It's really going to be all about scheme though, and that's why I said I'm looking forward to Colorado getting bigger, 4 or 5 star. Special defense, but I think on offense they're okay. Like I don't know if Xavier Weaver or Jimmy Horn or the running back is going to leave, but if they do, they're going to be infused with some talent in the transfer portal in the signing with freshmen. Well, you definitely did need some bigger D tackles. I did notice that. Like, dang, why? They're having like trouble, like even in the linebacking core. They're not really good.
Yeah, they definitely can use some players. This team had one player return, one starter return from last year.
I thought they had 3.
No, it's one starter. Only one starter is still there from last year. And it's the starting linebacker for their team. Aside from that, everybody else on that starting squad is brand new, including the offensive line, which was one of the things that a lot of people looked at early on and said, hey, this offensive line is questionable. I don't know if it's going to be any good. And it's looked good at times, but then it's reared its ugly head at times to where Shedeur is on the run, where he's getting sacked. Because the one thing I've said from day one that I appreciate about Shedeur is that he's a pass-first quarterback. He's a pocket quarterback who can run, not a running quarterback who can pass. And I appreciate that 100%. So seeing the offensive line not be able to block for him a lot of times is kind of bothersome. But so he takes a lot of sacks because of that. But the amount of skill he shows with reading these defenses, getting the ball out quick, and making the right decisions, which is the most important. His poise and decision making, and I think that's why I said he's definitely the number 3 QB in college football right now by a pretty good margin because his decision making, his poise, his accuracy. I think that's the most important stuff you look at when you look for a QB. And even in that game he had just against Colorado State, where it was a rough looking game, he only had 9 incompletions. He was 38 of 47. So he still only had 9 incompletions. So he still had an amazing percentage. So his accuracy is through the roof. Shadur is a phenomenal quarterback, and I think it's only going to get better.
Yeah, like especially when you have Tom Brady willingly to coach you, I mean, you gotta show like you gotta like it's gonna like the teachings are gonna have to show up eventually. Like I will say, like he was doing this, but even before Tom Brady, I guess took an interest in him or whatever. But like I watched some games at Jackson State. Like I saw the big money throw to Travis Hunter. Because especially like when I saw that Travis Hunter willingly decided to go to Jackson State, I'm thinking like, holy crap!
Yeah,
like what they doing over there? Like the best.
Yeah, exactly. I watched some of Jackson State too, so I saw his talent at Jackson State as well.
Yeah.
But to see it on the big stage now against this level of competition is it's different.
Right.
It's different to see it on national television, to know that to let everybody else know, hey, I'm here. Like it's next level, and we got Livin Legend in the building and Davon in the building, and that hit was disgusting.
Yeah,
that hit was disgusting, and it was dirty. It was dirty. And I was saying to Jay earlier, if that was me, I'm sicking the dogs on him now. And I think I said it in the Discord last night, I'm gonna run a play right at him, just so my lineman or somebody can just crush him. Right?
I mean,
I'm surprised the safety wasn't kicked out of the game after that, especially with the way the game was going, because the refs looked like they couldn't handle it one bit.
Which made me led to believe like that was intentional, like if not by the team but by the CBF as a whole. Because there's no way you don't get kicked out for that. Like lesser players have been kicked out for less.
Yes,
and this man,
we're all in agreement. Hendo said it; he should have been ejected. I think we're all in agreement. Everybody watching that game thought he was getting ejected because the ball hit the ground. The play was well over. He watched the ball hit the ground and then threw the shot.
Wow.
So there's nothing about it that said that it wasn't a bang bang play like the ball was there. No, the play was over. So for you to take that shot then, and it was a blindside shot too because the other DB was actually shielding him from seeing the safety. So when he got hit, he was unprotected 100%, and it was a shot right to the ribs, and that that chest cavity area, and they put him down for a little while. It knocked the wind out of him. They put him down for a little bit.
And hopefully he doesn't have like a punctured lung though, because your rib cage is protecting your lungs. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully he's like some bruised ribs. Plus with his frame, he's not the biggest dude. So yeah.
I mean that kid. I mean, I imagine when that game was over, they surrounded him with security and ran him to the bus.
Definitely for sure.
It had to be some people out there looking like, oh no, he got to get his. Mm-hmm. Like and to see Shadur run all the way downfield and get in his face, ready to scrap for his guy. If that's not what you want to see out of your leader, then I don't know what is. And you know what it brought me to? It immediately brought me to thoughts of Lamar Jackson, because I feel like Lamar Jackson would have done the same thing.
Oh, definitely.
Right? So that's what you want to see out of your leadership. Definitely. You want to see your leadership ready to scrap for you. And all that did to me was bring the team closer together.
Absolutely.
That brought them boys closer together. And then I was saying to somebody, I think it was just in the Discord, I typed it. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you be in the Discord, but I said that Colorado is a better second half team than they are in the first half, and it's been that way all season.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they can like rely on the second half, to rally up, for much longer. Like I said, like after this week, there's going to be an uptick in that competition, and they're going to need to hit the ground running because against these next two teams, it could be 30-0, like a 30-0 ball in the first quarter real quick.
Yeah,
in the blink of an eye.
Well, here's the thing: a lot of these big college teams, the Alabamas, the Georgia, all these guys, they're all starting slow.
Right.
Every last one of them is starting slow.
And that's like, I don't know if you're in the Discord that day when I listed all those questions, like that it was like a entire list of questions I answered or that I asked. Like Alabama's new QB do this. Ohio State's new QB do this. And right now they're not really showing me dominance. Like Alabama about to fall off a cliff because they can't find a suitable quarterback. After Bryce Young. Ohio State looking lost without CJ Stroud.
Yeah. I saw that and I read those and I thought it was a great set of questions because I thought it was all things that needed to be answered, and we got some of those answers. But college football is looking like it's open for the taking right now.
Oh, yeah, it's open season.
There is no big dog right now. It's open for the taking.
And looking at how Alabama's playing, they might not even be considered.
So Devon says he saw a clip of Colorado State coach claiming the refs called the game in favor of Prime. And you know what? This goes back to what the conversation we just had earlier, right? He was butthurt. I said I already called it, and that just confirms it. Thank you for letting us in on that, Devon. From the second he threw that shot at Coach Prime, saying, his parents taught him to take his glasses and hat off when he's talking to someone. From the second he threw that shot at him, I knew it was personal for him. He was butthurt at Deion kind of stepping in his territory, right? Because he felt Colorado State was on a climb since Colorado was failing and they were doing really bad. And they looked to not be climbing up anytime soon. And then you get Deion Sanders over there, and all of a sudden, everybody wants to go play there. And now not only is Colorado State back on the map, they're a competitive team, and they're prime time. Pun intended. They're prime time now. So he was butthurt 100% of the way. He wants nothing more. And I was saying I felt 100% that he told his guys, hey, if you get a cheap shot, if you can get a cheap shot in there on Travis Hunter or Shedeur or one of these guys, take it. And let's be honest, of everything we know of Deion Sanders, of Prime, he's not that type of guy, right? Prime is a humble dude who's fought through a lot. I mean, this is a guy who a couple years ago, they told him he wasn't going to make, he was going to die, right?
Was his foot?
In the accident, they told him he was going to die. Then they said, oh, well, we have to take your leg. We got to take your whole leg. And that's the only way you'll survive. Then it became, we got to take your foot. And then it ended up, they only had to take 2 toes. There's a level of fight in this man and humbleness and a level of blessing covering him that's different from a lot of other people out there. So when you see that as a coach like him, the Colorado State coach, there's a lot of hate flowing in him, and he wants to see, you know what I mean? He wants to see his place come up, and that hate he's got for Deion is next level. And it's only because Deion took Colorado, and turned them into something, and he still struggling trying to turn Colorado State into something.
I'm just saying, like I said earlier, like the Jade Norvell is still doing a phenomenal job. Like I think that was like a rookie, that was a freshman QB that started that game, and he was doing great. Like you're recruiting talent, you're still finding talent. Like that you still got like that transfer, that wide receiver, was it Horton or Horry?
Yeah, Horton.
Horton. You got him from a transfer portal. Like he willingly came here, and it had to be because of you. Like, dude, you're still recruiting talent. You're still getting shine on you. So for me, the hate was unnecessary. So you're still getting publicity no matter what.
And Devon says game day morning did consecutive weeks in Boulder. College football is definitely up for the take. That's absolutely correct. And Boulder right now has star power. That's where all the star power is. And Jay, we got another question about your Bengals jersey.
Yes, Devon even wasn't here earlier. I am. This is a T. Higgins jersey before he switched to number 5. He was originally 85 when he came into the league. I'm a big T. Higgins fan. He went to Clemson, one of the schools that I love to rep or see, every Sunday, along with the Gamecocks, Coastal Carolina, pretty much any big Carolina school. But yeah, like D Hop, T. Higgins, Hunter Renfrow. There's a couple of South Carolina State wide receivers. Brian Edwards. I like the rep. And T. Higgins showed out today. Well, it wasn't for a couple plays made by a couple of drives by the Bengals that could have won. Because T. Higgins definitely balled out. But when he's 6'4", catching over 5'11", 5'9" dudes, I mean that's nothing.
T. Higgins balled out, but Jamar Chase did. I just want to point that out. And
then put that out there too. Like I don't know if they're gonna watch this ever, but still, Bengals wanted to pay Jamar Chase, and instead of not trying to find a collaborative way to pay them together, it's stupid. Like you really have 1A, 1B on that offense. Like T. Higgins is a legit number 1, and he proved that in his rookie year, even before Chase got there the next year. Like he had he almost had 1,000 yards his rookie season. He had like 960 something. He was a couple off. But still, though, he done proved like, I'm talented. I'm here. I can run routes. I can catch the 50-50 balls. I can stretch the field.
He can do it all.
He can do it all.
And he's not like big and slow either. He's got good speed on him.
He's like agile. His hips are, not stiff. And I watched all his years at Clemson. Like I already knew.
Yeah. He's definitely a problem. And he balled. And for the Bengals, this is kind of a sign. It's like you got your quarterback, right? You made him the highest paid QB or highest paid player in NFL history.
Yeah. I mean, I know he's hurt. So let me take a step back. I know he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. He was hobbling all over the field today.
Yeah.
You got Joe Mixon, right, at running back. You got Tyler Boyd. You got Jamar Chase. You got T. Higgins. Why would you not offer T. Higgins something? Like something among a higher number for wide receivers. It's not like you're paying the defense. Because otherwise, other than that nice defensive line they got, which is basically all young guys, they're not paying that defense, right? They tried paying the defense a few years back, and that resulted in them having Eli Apple as a starting corner. So they didn't succeed with that.
And they let
their top safety.
Yeah, they let him walk.
They let him walk.
And Von
yeah. So you're not paying the defense. So you got to invest in some side of the ball. And if you got a stacked offense, you might as well keep it that way, right? Draft defense.
But for me, over the years, if history does repeat itself for the Bengals for third or fourth time this is, because the Bengals, believe it or not, they always had like a trio of wide receivers. In my lifetime, since I've been watching them, Ocho Cinco, TJ Hoosier Mama. I don't think there was like a third wide receiver, or unless I didn't pay attention to them. But no. But once I started paying attention to football more clearly, AJ, he just retired. He just retired with them today. AJ,
AJ Green.
Green, yeah. I don't know why I'm thinking Brown. It'll be AJ Green, Muhammad Sanu when he was good, and you had was Tyler Boyd part of them?
Tyler Boyd's been there for a while. He was playing with them too.
I think he was a part of that. Yeah, 3 years. Tyler Boyd, Muhammad Sanu.
He was.
And he was. Then now you got Tyler Boyd being the third option, which is lucky because he is a 1,000-yard receiver. He done proved that. So having a 1,000-yard receiver as your number 3 is phenomenal. And now you got Jamar Chase, Higgins. I think they will. History will repeat itself. I think Boyd is walking too.
Don't forget now they got Charlie Jones.
And he's beginning off as a punt returner, kick returner. Steve Smith began off that too. And look at him. So I think I think
Tyler Jones had a nice punt return today.
Yeah, so I think when Charlie gets a chance to to show that, hey man, that those things I did at Purdue, I can do it here in the NFL. Like I can run routes, I can sit down in zone. I can catch the because he's a taller dude too. He's 6'2", about 6'2", right? Like 6'1",
I don't know his height. I can't confirm his height.
Yeah,
I do believe he's around 6'1".
Yeah, but I think he will come next year if when Bengals start hurting for wide receiver depth after not signing their two.
He is 6 feet. He's 6 feet either.
But still, that's still decent.
That's still good size.
Yeah, it's still good.
That's still good size. Yeah, pause.
I think
the
one thing
that puts them 4 receivers deep if you want to be technical because we know he's got ability.
And then Andre Ujabos out of they drafted in the 6th round that I invested in one of the fantasy leagues, Dynasty, man. He got speed.
Yeah.
So I think they'll continue, and plus with this upcoming 24 wide receiver draft class, I know the Bengals are gonna take a shot at somebody. Like it's really looking like you throw a dart at one of these wide receivers in the draft, they're gonna be nice. They're gonna be decent. Like
I gotta believe, right? I gotta believe that was their plan. If they're not gonna pay T, then they're planning on drafting somebody, right? Like we can't go into another season and think, hey, we're gonna go down just one less receiver and still be just as good. I don't think they think that. I think they truly believe that they're the best team in the league at drafting receivers, and they're gonna do it again. I might just think it's the Steelers.
Yeah, they're up there. Yeah, the Steelers definitely have found talent over the years. Davis Hayward Bay, not Davis Hayward Bay, but you know what I mean. Like Hines Ward, I think they were drafted by him. Antonio Brown, Mike Wallace, Dante Johnson, George Pickens now. If George Pickens tomorrow needs to prove, hey man, you've been complaining about not getting targets, prove it. Like he's facing Denzel Ward, not a slouch, and he's not a slouch at all. So he needs to prove. Need to prove that hey, he's him. He's next. Oh, yeah, Martavis Bryant. If he would have kept his head on straight, he was next on the Steelers.
Yeah. It's these teams. There's certain teams that just draft at another level with certain positions, and that seems to be their position, right?
The Cowboys are O-line. Like seriously, I don't like the Cowboys at all. But when it comes to the O-line, I can't be mad.
They draft O-line like it's nobody's business.
Yeah, exactly. I can't be mad.
It's them with O-line, Baltimore with tight ends.
All right.
Steelers and Bengals with wide receivers. It's just certain teams. That's where you can see where their strength of their scouting is. Like the Seahawks with cornerbacks, right? The Seahawks tend to draft good corners all the time. That's just what they do.
Finding Brandon Browning. Brandon Browning.
Exactly.
Cam Chancellor in the later rounds. Like Jesus.
Exactly.
And now you got Tyreek Woolen.
Tyreek Woolen. Didn't they just draft the cornerback this year too?
I mean, he was a first round. I mean, everybody knew he was going into the first round. That don't really count.
Yeah, but they still count. You draft them anyway. But
I'm saying to fleece off that to have I don't know who they traded with, but to pick him and JSN in the first round, like who allowed this? Seriously.
Yes. that was they came out and it was like, we just robbed the league.
Yeah, they did.
Hands down. That's like they robbed the league with that one. Because now you're looking at JSN.
DK Metcalf.
They got
abundance of tight ends. Like it don't really matter who plays tight end for them. So
yep. And they got Tyler Lockett. So
Tyler Lockett getting older. So I mean, JSN is probably his.
He put up numbers today, though. He put up some numbers today.
Yeah, like Tyler Lockett still got it. Yeah, definitely, of course.
So there's the Seahawks. I mean, the Seahawks got Geno Smith looking like a QB right now. Like I never thought I'd ever see that.
Me either. I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought Drew Lock was gonna be next, but Geno Smith said, "Hold on, I'm not done. I know what y'all saw on the Giants all those years ago. Me getting punched in the mouth.
Yeah, the Jets,
Jets, yeah,
in the Jets, yeah.
yeah.
He
I'm
was
so
bad
but
with the Jets.
that's not
The
me.
Jets drafted him.
Yeah, I took some time. I developed. I put the work in. You know, I done sacrificed all my fun time because I wanted to be here. He proved it. And they rewarded him. Like, yeah, the bounce back year that came out of nowhere. If you tell me last year that Geno Smith was going to play how he did last year, you're a liar. You are a liar. Like probably the only person the only person that believed in him with that much faith was probably the coaches that signed him to the in the offseason and his mama. That was it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we've seen in this league, right? It only takes one thing to destroy a career.
Right. Like
Let's look at Mark Sanchez. Mark Sanchez has forever now been known as Mr. Butt Fumble.
Right. And before that
ruined his career.
Yeah, like, he was
exactly. Like, that ruined his career.
Like he wasn't the best, but he was serviceable. Like he
got into the playoffs.
Like him and Rex Ryan were the reason
why he got a playoff win.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
You know what I mean? That's him and Rex, like you said, him and Rex Ryan, they were a pretty good tandem together.
Right.
Rex provided the defense.
Reeves that defense.
Yeah. And then he butt fumbled, and that was the end of his career. It's crazy how it happens. It happens like that. Look at Kyler Murray right now. Kyler Murray is falling down the way. He's falling down the wayside. And he got a check. He got a second contract. And everybody's like, well, the Cardinals are about to tank so they can get their true quarterback.
And the Cardinals tell that to the team right now. Are they still currently still beating the Giants?
I think they're still beating the Giants.
The Cardinals.
I'll tell you right now. I just had it pulled up.
28-14. Good God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. There's a couple quarterbacks out here, a couple teams out here doing things to screw up their future.
Cardinals.
Being the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Cardinals.
Yeah,
right?
Bucks too low. So that's they win one more and they pretty much out the kick.
That's it. Once you get to 3, you're pretty much done for that first overall.
Yep. I'm glad for that. Like for me, like everybody be like, "Oh, aren't you, man?" Like some people are texting me right now.
You're not getting Caleb Williams right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking about I'm glad the Falcons and Bucks and the Saints are winning. I don't want Caleb Williams in my division. You are you crazy?
I can understand that.
So right now I'm thinking like, look, we're gonna take this. Yeah, we're gonna take this first year. We're gonna develop. We're gonna see how Bryce does. My expectations for Bryce start next year. Like you had a full off season, beneath you. You had some time to get some NFL weight on you. You had time for the game to slow down. Now I need you to start producing. This year, Kingsley, do whatever.
Did you see a tape where an analyst made a statement that Caleb Williams is a higher tier quarterback than Lamar Jackson?
I cannot, but that sounds absurd.
Yes. So I seen a tape. This was about a week ago. I forgot the dude's name, but he had his quarterback tier he was showing. And he had Lamar Jackson on about the 3rd tier with Justin Herbert and a couple other guys. And he had Caleb Williams above them. Now, this is just me. I know how talented Caleb Williams is, right? And I can't wait to see him at the next level.
Definitely.
But I've never and will never crown a college quarterback as better than an NFL pro quarterback who's done it. An MVP, a unanimous MVP, the second only unanimous MVP, second to the Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
At what point, and this is exactly what I was about to ask. At what point do you stop hating on Lamar and just give him his credit? Because he's proven over and over again
that he's not just
what you say.
Right.
Yeah, what you say about him will not matter. He's going to prove you wrong.
All right.
He's going to run. He's going to run and not take a lot of hits. He's going to pass even better than he'll run.
Now, hold on, like, he's still taking some unnecessary hits. I can't let you go with that one.
Yeah, after today, he took a few unnecessary ones. That one run, Lamar, get down.
And his ball security, his ball security this year.
I don't know. Ball security across the NFL.
3 or 4 times. He's only like what, week 2, 3?
Yeah, it's week 2, and teams are struggling. All right, it's ball handling, ball control is out the window. I don't think anyone cares anymore.
It's kind of just is everybody. Everybody's like
everybody.
Miles saying this stuff. Miles, are you good?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's across the league. It's across the league. Ball control right now is probably the most suspect I've ever seen.
A fumble a couple plays ago. I'm looking like, dang, man. Everybody.
There we go. All right, let's get that out of there. Had a call come through just now.
Oh, okay. Like Kirk Cousins has fumble. Well, he's been at fumble like turnover issues, so I ain't gonna say that for him. Boss security.
I love that. First off, Davon, thank you for throwing the pause on there. I don't think you had to in this situation though, but I appreciate it. But yes, ball control, ball security has been sus. You know what? Yeah, I'm glad that. Yeah, that is a pause. Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, it's. I think everybody's working on it. I mean, it's the lack of a 4th preseason game, right? It's the lack of allowing contact in practices now. The lack of padded practices, all that stuff matters, right? Because when you're out there with your pads on, it's completely different from when you're out there in the jersey and shorts. You got to hold the ball differently. You're forced to do things slightly differently. And you feel the difference. And then contact. Oh my goodness, these guys haven't had contact football like take Lamar Jackson in over a year.
All right. Oh yeah, because he's been hurt and stuff and recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of these guys haven't had contact in over a year. So you're gonna have these issues when you're only playing 3 preseason games. And you got to take all 3 of those to break the roster down because you got 90-something guys and you got to bring it down to 56 now. I think it is. So
in one day.
In one day.
In one day.
You know what I'm saying? You got 24 hours. You get to the end of the preseason, you got 24 hours to decide who you keep and who's going.
All right.
So ball security is going to be an issue because now you only got 3 preseason games, right? And you gotta assess 90-something players. They're making the game. I get they want more regular season games. They want more money, and the offense generates money. They're doing all these things to generate more cash flow, right? And I understand people love football. They want to see more meaningful football. But the preseason is more meaningful than people realize. Right. You need that time in to gain familiarity with your team. She says, facts, Regg, and prior to last week, Lamar had not played a game since last December. Think about last December. That's a long time.
We're in September now, bro.
Exactly.
Damn near almost a year.
Yeah. Almost a year ago. And he's supposed to pick up and be flawless when you don't let him play in the preseason? Like, who told Harbaugh, hey, hold everybody, all your starters out in the preseason? We know they're gonna be rusty, but they'll be all right. They expect the guys to just wake up that first day of the game, that first game, and be like, all right, back at it. We good to go. Let's up the cleats and let's roll. As if rust isn't a factor.
All right, rust is a factor.
These guys aren't robots; they're people. You know what I mean? Muscles tighten up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Muscles tighten up. Things
all these hamstrings and Achilles injuries. Maybe I'm not a doctor by any means, but me playing sports, a lot. Flag football, basketball to this day. Like if you don't stretch and me getting older, if I bottom stretch, I'm screwed.
Yeah, agreed. You see, Dayon said post-traumatic stress. Yeah, yo, I'm telling you, it's real.
Yeah.
It's absolutely real. I'm the same way. So look, I got a
That
bad back,
post-traumatic stress.
right? I've had a number of back injuries now. I was in a car accident recently. Tore my back up. So my back is shot. A doctor essentially told me I'll be in pain for the rest of my life. Okay. So I go out to play sports. I'm like done for. I can't shoot a basketball without pain, let alone he can play an actual full game. So I imagine these guys who's tearing muscles and everything going back to in a full contact sport. There's no way you can just tell them, "Hey, I know it's been a couple months since you played last, but just go out there and do what you do in some meaningful football." What? Can we get real for a second? It's not possible. And that's a good question, Davon, because I don't think anybody can find Owe right now. And Yolanda, you're right.
Is the audio good on your end?
We're all looking for.
I was I'm looking like, is anybody else here? No, it just.
Always missing. Always missing. Word on the street is he was running from the ops. All right. I don't know who the ops was in this case, but yeah. No, we can't amend the sack total. We cannot. Yolanda, we already discussed this, right? We can't amend the sack total. You said Owe would have a minimum.
I'm hearing like every other word you're saying.
All right, my stuff is breaking up. I don't know why. I don't know why my stuff.
Like y'all, is it just me or y'all? Is he having audio issues for y'all too?
I don't know. Yours was breaking up for me a little while ago, but then it fixed itself. I think I'm straight. I checked everything. I think I'm straight.
Is it just me? Like seriously?
No, I don't think it's just you. My stuff tends to do this every once in a while.
Do I need to leave and come back in? Do I to kind of fix out the audio stuff? Because
if you got to, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hey, yeah. Am I okay? Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if I'm okay. If you can hear me,
I can hear you now, but like.
Yeah,
I'm saying I was seeing every other word you were saying, but it looks like everybody in the chat could hear you. I'm looking, is it on me? You know, on my end, I'm looking like I'm doing decent. Like I said, I can see myself and hear myself talk pretty well.
Yeah, on my end, you're breaking up a little bit.
Let's try something. Hold on.
Hey, Hendo, let me know. Am I breaking up? If I'm good, give me a thumbs up. If I'm breaking up, just give me a thumbs down. If I'm breaking up or my audio or my picture's going in and out. Just let me know. I know Jay said he'll be back shortly. Choppy? It's Choppy? Okay. So I got to let Jay know it's not him. It's Choppy. I think my equipment's trying to tell me to tap out. It's been 2 hours. Yeah, I think it's my equipment trying to tell me to tap out. My equipment's like, you've been on for 2 hours. It's time for us to get some rest. We ain't built like that. That's what my equipment is telling me right now. That it's not built like that. It's time for me to chillax for a little bit. We'll see if I could get Jay back in here. And then if I can, then we will continue for a little while. and I'll then I'll let everybody go. Listen, Hendo, you got a 2-hour stream coming tonight, don't you? Hendo got a 2-hour stream coming tonight, y'all. Don't miss out. The Rogue Pod is going to be live. I think his co-host is going to be Brodney. I'm not sure. Hendo, confirm on that. Hendo, confirm your co-host tonight. Who's your co-host tonight? We know it won't be Miss Yolanda because Oway is missing and she's on the search for Oway. See, Devon just confirmed it. He does have Hendo. So at the Rogue Pod has a 2-hour stream tonight. Okay. All right. So that's going to be an excellent show. If y'all didn't get enough content here, you certainly going to get it there. You will not be postponing, sir. All right. You will not be postponing. We need the show. We need the content. All right. But I've been going for 2 hours and 11 minutes. I'm going to let Hendo get ready for his show. I think I missed out on Coach's call-in show. But y'all, it's been a great time. I had fun. I loved every second of it. I had 2 co-hosts in here with me throughout the show. We had Mr. Ghost, 86 Ghost here on YouTube. Hit him up, subscribe. Great content, food reviews. He hits a little bit of everything over there. And then Mr. J the 6 also, who just popped back in. So Jay, I'm gonna let Jay let y'all know where to find him if it comes all the way through here. Hey Dave, man, I appreciate you, fam. I appreciate all y'all. Y'all my family. Y'all know that. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We enjoy I enjoy bringing content. I enjoy the content I get from everybody else. The conversation, everything, 100%. Mr. J, you want to tell me where to find you, Mr. J? Still a little choppy on my end. You still choppy on my end.
I don't know. I don't know. Oh, okay. Special thanks to Jason for agreeing to the sack total. Wait, whoa, Alana. Whoa there.
Jay did not agree to that. Don't put that on that man.
No such thing.
He didn't agree to that.
How
Nobody agreed to that sack amendment. Nobody agreed to that sack amendment. Stop trying to lawyer your way out of this, Yolanda. You can't. We got you on too many streams saying it. You can't lawyer your way out of this one. You're on too many streams saying you're always getting 8 sacks. All right. So we can't let you slide on this one. Listen, if I gotta burn in the KBK dumpster fire, you gotta burn in the Oway dumpster fire.
Said it with your chest out. Oway's gonna do this. Don't talk about it.
You sure did. On stream and comments, you've been all over the place saying it. So you gotta live by it and die by it, unfortunately.
Like
listen, I tried to put positivity
TMJ,
in the air for him.
Anthony Richardson. I'm gonna stand by it.
Look, I'm still standing by KBK. He ain't even get a snap in the league yet. So you stuck. You stuck. It don't have to include it, right? He was supposed to play well enough to start. So that's kind of like you had misguided faith. That's all that is. You put your trust in the wrong player. Come on, Hendo, don't do that. You know Oway got benched. He ain't magically end up with the same injury as Odell Beckham Jr. Don't do that, Hendo. Don't save her. She still has to hold to that. Oh, Hendo always knows what he's talking about.
Really?
But we know with Oway, he wasn't hurt. I know what Harbaugh said. I know what Harbaugh said. Harbaugh made a mistake. because I didn't see Oway touch the field at all. And Mr. J has disappeared again. So listen. Hendo, you can further explain on your stream tonight with guests Yolanda B and Brodney from Lunch Break Hot Tape. I can't wait to see it. Hey, they're gonna be very much non-existent if he don't hurry up and get back on the field. Immediately. But y'all, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky. Hey, listen. Hey, that's the show we expected tonight. 2 hours. You, Yolanda, and Brodney. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm expecting. Oh, Yolanda, you can't switch up like that. You just said he knows exactly what he's talking about, and now you're saying he don't. Listen, people, I love y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Make sure you subscribe to both of my co-hosts that I had today, 86 Ghosts and Mr. J the Sixth. All right, subscribe to both of them. Great content on both of them. You heard Yolanda. She said send the link. She'll get on there with you, Hendo. So send the link. I thank every last one of y'all for coming through, spending this time with me. I know it's been a long 2 hours. We even had some technical difficulties towards the end. Hopefully we get those cleaned up in the future. Y'all know y'all can find me here, Living Big with Big Regg, on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter. If you want to get some merch, check the store, Etsy.com/LivinBigwithBigRegg. It's all going to be in the description. I gotta put it all together after the show, but it's going to be in the description. And then if you want to donate to the show, Cash App, $ Living Big with Big Reg. I appreciate y'all for coming through. I love y'all. You've been a blessing. And y'all, it's been a great Sunday. Stay blessed. We out. Peace.